Hello, welcome to the Two Chicks Homestead podcast. We're the Two Chicks. Yay!
Hi, I'm Nate.
And I'm Aaron, and we talk about homesteading and living on a small piece of land.
All right, everyone. March 29th, 2023. Episode 55.
Yep, last week of March.
Exactly. We're going to get into April. And I can't wait for April Fools.
Oh, my goodness.
It's on a Saturday.
I know. So the past 2 years, the girls and I have tricked Nate.
Mm-hmm.
2 years ago, we did the cupcakes with plain cream cheese frosting and a tomato, like a cherry tomato.
Yes.
Which obviously you know was a tomato. But last year...
Cake Pops.
We made cake pops, and we did... I got some Brussels sprouts, like fresh Brussels sprouts. And cut them down to look just like a cake pop and dipped it in the chocolate and...
Not even cooked.
No, not even cooked. Just raw Brussels sprout. Had them all decorated nice. I put gingerbread men sprinkles on them so I knew which ones to do. But you didn't notice.
Nope.
And you were talking to my dad because my parents were here.
Mm-hmm.
Because that was the freeze-drying delivery.
Yes.
Freeze-dryer delivery day. And I just, here, have some cake pops. And you just took them and ate them. And the look you get... I have a video that I could probably post.
Yes, you do.
When I can find it. But that was...
It should be in your memories.
That was the best. That was so... It couldn't have gone any more perfect.
No. That was pretty good. I'll give you that.
But, yes, so... Yeah, we did that when you were at work.
Mm-hmm.
And now this year it's on a Saturday, so...
Exactly. Karma.
Yes, so you've got a couple years to make up for.
Oh, I have some ideas.
So basically I'm just staying in the room all day and just sending the kids out saying, good luck.
How much you want to bet the girls forget about it? It's April 1st.
100%.
Oh, it'll be fun.
Yes.
So, all right, well, since we got the fun stuff out of the way,
yes,
we're going to jump into something. So, Amy Dingman from A Farmish Kind of Life threw out an episode, and it's episode 236. And it's None of Us Are Self-Sufficient was the title. And I'm going to throw it in the show notes so you guys have the link. We're taking notes on this one, so actually remember to get the links in the show notes.
Yes, yeah, we don't do very well with that. So if there's ever anything that we forget and you have questions about, just shoot us an email.
Yep. So we're taking notes, and I'm going to make sure I get Amy's link in there. So before we go any further, if you have not heard that episode, I want you to pause this and go listen to that first. Because holy cow, does she drop some bombs on that one.
Good bombs.
Yes. And it is something that needs to be talked about. And it's reality here too.
Mm-hmm.
We are not self-sufficient.
No.
We can't pretend to be.
No.
So it's, we do our best that we can do here, and it's more to knock down the grocery bill.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, we do things homemade and from scratch because I personally enjoy it.
Right.
But there are times where life just gets busy and I buy bread from the grocery store.
Right.
And we survive.
Right. Or the girls want cheese. Or they want their yogurt.
Right. We don't have cows.
Or they want their pain chocolat or whatever those things are.
Yeah. I go to Costco and I stock up on the French pastries.
Or they want the little shelf-stable pancakes that are all in individual wrappers.
Yeah, I mean...
It is what it is.
Yeah. Do we need to get those? No. But they're there.
Exactly. So, basically the way a lot of our stuff works is when we have to rely on other people. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. For the rabbits, we have to bring feed in.
Yep.
We can grow wheatgrass for them. We're still buying seeds.
Yeah.
We still buy milk once a week. We still, we had to get the rabbit from somebody.
Right, and I like that. I like saying we got the rabbits from this farm in this town.
Yep.
Do you want rabbits? Okay, we'll get a hold of them or give you their number. Or, I mean, you found it on Craigslist, so I mean, he's out there.
I found it on Craigslist, and he said if anybody needs some, let him know.
Yeah. So I love being able to say that's where our rabbits originally came from.
Right.
I mean, most of them, the original ones. We've gotten other ones from other rabbitries that gave to Rural King.
Yeah, we got them from Rural King, and then we also got one from
another
Heather.
Yeah, another listener that had a buck that
he's a great little buck, and he's got kits in the.
Yes, he's a dad now.
Yep. So he's proven, the doe's proven, we're good to go on those two.
Yeah.
And holy moly, if you have not seen the pictures of those guys,
they're very
cute.
Pretty. Yes. But yeah, I mean, with the salve that I make, I like being able to say where I got the beeswax from. It's a place in town.
Right.
The tallow that I have to use still to make salve is from another farm right in town.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't make that stuff.
Right. And you can't just go to the store and buy comfrey either.
No. Well, right. All my comfrey is from the Lots Project.
Right. And he's no longer doing it, so we got in on that.
Yeah.
And we bought as much as we could afford at the time.
Yeah.
And love it.
Yeah.
I mean, that stuff took off like crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I could have bought the littlest bag and worked on it and, made it more myself.
Right.
But I still bought more because I wanted to support what he was doing. I knew it was the last sale.
Mm-hmm.
And I like being able to say, this is all from Minnesota.
Right. And it's better acclimated to the cold here.
Yeah.
So, and it's starting to pop up now.
Yeah, it is.
We're seeing some of it.
Yep.
So we're super excited about that. And when we do the salve, we run it through the freeze dryer.
Yeah.
Well, we had to buy that freeze dryer from somebody.
The comfrey, you mean?
Yeah, the comfrey. So we initially picked the comfrey, and within 5 minutes it's in the freeze dryer, right? Processing.
Yeah.
So it's not like it sits on the shelf for a week and then goes in there. It's 5 minutes later.
Yeah.
So, and that works out really nice.
Mm-hmm.
But we had to buy the freeze dryer. Somebody had to.
Yeah, and I like that. I like being able to tell the end buyer that here's all the steps that it went through, and I think people like that too.
Absolutely. It's we have come to the conclusion you need a network.
Yeah.
Now, me being me, I'm not a big people person. I have joked with you many times. I could very easily go to Alaska and just walk away from society.
I know.
But in reality, that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Neither you nor me are going to pick up and leave.
Right.
So.
And we put on these classes and things. Some are free, some aren't.
Right.
Because the more people that know this stuff, the bigger our community becomes.
Exactly.
And more people that we can turn to if something happens.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if all of our rabbits die for whatever reason, we now have more people that might have rabbits because they came to our little talk.
Right.
And now they're going to get rabbits, and we can go, shoot, we don't know what happened.
Mm-hmm.
Can you help us? If we couldn't go back to the original farm or something. But
absolutely. I mean, I still have his number, and he's got some great rabbits.
Yeah, even just, to talk. Like, hey, we're having this problem.
Right, and I mean, we have all the rabbit Facebook groups and stuff to help us out.
But
with that.
those are crazy.
Yeah,
I would much rather go to the group that we created and have those people there to ask them questions than to go to these psycho rabbit groups.
And somebody who has done it for years was Brian from Lots Project.
Yeah.
We've asked him a few questions here and there. He's the reason why we're doing the rabbit feet.
Yeah. Yep.
So, if it wasn't for him, we wouldn't be doing any of those.
Yeah, and that's true. I mean, someone asks where we got it. Here's the video. Corey's in there. She's telling you how to do it. That's where we got it from.
Exactly. And the girls can learn how to do it, and that's one more thing that's put out.
Yeah.
So, it's fun doing a lot of this stuff.
Yeah.
Like, you and I have a blast.
Mm-hmm.
We just did all the sap. We had to buy the tappers from somebody.
Right.
You can't make a tapper in town.
Yeah.
You know, nobody's got those locally. We had to go buy the tubes. We had to go buy the buckets. We had to go buy the fuel. We had to go cut the wood. You know, all that stuff.
Well, we have the wood because we had the tree guy come and trim our trees.
Exactly. Exactly. And it's stuff that's dead falling down in the lane, too,
Yep.
that we clean up. You know, it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a lot of work. And it may not be for everybody. And there's good days and there's bad days.
Yeah.
So.
And I mean, that's what we've always tried to do is talk about, you know, everything.
Right.
And not make it seem like we know what we're doing. Spoiler alert. We don't know what we're doing.
No.
And every season is
different.
Something.
Yeah. And we make mistakes regularly. You know, I could go down the rabbit hole of all the mistakes that we've made. Maybe we should do an episode on that. Just all the stuff we've effed up here. That'd be a fun one.
Depending on the day, it'd either be a short episode or a really long episode.
Yeah. But it's I love homesteading, if you know, in quotations, homesteading on our property. Mm-hmm. We can't do it all, but we can do enough to help out locals in town, to help out our food bill, and eat better.
Mm-hmm.
You know, our hog comes from a farmer in town. We pay for the hog. She raises the hog. We pay for it, and then we bring it home and we home process it.
Yeah. And we're paying for it, but we are saving a ton of money by doing it ourselves.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's like I feel bad buying it from her, and
yeah, we've even asked, like, is this okay? Like, you're not losing money on this, right?
Right, and she's not, because you're paying the hanging weight the same that you get with the butcher. You're not paying the butcher,
right,
for all his work,
right.
So, which totally makes sense.
Yeah,
you know, I'd rather make my own bacon.
Right,
it's better.
I mean, and just to, I mean, I like saying we make our own bacon.
Mm-hmm.
You know, did we raise the hog? No. But we helped someone by getting it that way.
Mm-hmm.
And we can still puff up our chest and say we made our own bacon.
Right. And the girls learn where their food comes from.
Yep.
So, it's, you know, the chickens are another thing. It's like we got the layers. Well, or not the meat birds. Well, we got to go buy the meat birds every single time.
Yep.
And that is $3 a bird, give or take.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's like $1.99.
So somewhere between
like
$2 and $3 a bird. So you have that. Then you have all the feed. It still costs money to go buy those guys. Where that's why we got the rabbits initially, because we could reproduce the rabbits.
Yeah, we buy once and
right. They keep going.
And we've talked about doing quail instead too, but we just haven't quite figured out where that's
I don't
going.
know where that would go. So, you know, quail's a pretty short. It's kind of like Cornish crosses, 8 to 12 weeks, I think.
Yeah.
Unless I'm wrong, I got to talk to our friend about that.
Yeah, it's one of those things that we talk about, but not enough to actually sit down and really figure out.
Right.
But yeah, the rabbits. I mean, we bought them from somewhere, but we got rabbits because we can keep producing our own.
Yeah, and it's a rotating stock. If we have an issue, we hold one back and go from there.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, we had to initially buy the breeders. Yeah, I just didn't go catch them on the back lane back there.
Right. Yeah, we're not using wild rabbits.
Right. And we're blessed having that, being able to go back there and hunt and forage.
But we have that because we made a community with that neighbor.
Exactly. He comes over, asks for some eggs, we give him some eggs. And he had the ducks, and it was cool to see the ducks.
Yeah, I miss the ducks.
And we gave him the original chicken coop.
Yeah,
for that.
The little fabricated chicken coop that we thought would work, which it would not have ever worked.
No. And there's photos of that floating around.
Yeah.
Of me putting that together, and it's like a 2 foot by 4 foot.
Yeah, it was
thing.
like 20 minutes later. I'm done. It's like, that's not gonna work.
Yeah. So, and that funny thing, the mounting platform for that is the original garden at this house.
Yeah. It's just where it fell.
Yeah.
That I said, I think I'll put a garden right there.
Yeah, because I was not dragging the 4x4s any further than that.
It all worked out.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, I think it's funny how you hear people talk about how they are like experts on being prepared and want to teach everybody how to do it, and then all they have is store-bought stuff. I feel like I get a little judgy with that, where, like Amy says, you can't say that you do it all because you need other people to do it. But I think you need to still do some stuff on your own.
Yeah.
And grow from what you receive. Like, you can easily just get rabbits and not do anything, I guess.
Right.
But unless you work on it and become more knowledgeable with it, it doesn't really do anything.
Right. And I think a lot of it is, a lot of these people talk the talk, but they don't walk the walk.
Yeah. It's like, well, you can tell someone easily what to do in a situation. But
and we see that all the time.
Yeah, but show me what
you're doing.
Yeah.
You know,
and it's like, don't make me feel like I'm not doing enough, and then that's what you're doing.
Right. Absolutely. I mean, every prepper can have the mountain of shit in their basement. We have a little bit of stuff here. It ain't much.
Yeah.
But we have enough in the freezers and canned stuff and yada, yada, yada.
Yeah, I think it's just having a good balance of being able to produce that stuff. Like, you can get seeds from someone, but what do you do with all the produce that's coming out of it? How do you preserve it?
Right.
How are you going to, use it?
Right. And it's, you can have all this stuff, but if you don't know how to do this stuff or process the animals or, just generally put food on the table.
Yeah.
Having a mountain of shit in your basement's not going to do anything.
Yeah.
And I think that's where a lot of this is coming from, where the preppers are looking at homesteaders and going, I want that, but all the homesteaders can't be self-sufficient without a community. And I think that's the bigger umbrella. You need the community needs to be self-sufficient.
Yeah, and it's not just to get things, it's to get knowledge.
Right.
Like, there's so many things that we wouldn't even know where to start if we didn't have people to ask.
Right, absolutely.
And we are asking people that have proven that they've done it. Have done it pretty successfully. I mean, not without mistakes.
Right.
But
and there are definitely people in the community who walk the walk and talk the talk.
Yep.
There's evidence of that.
Right.
And you could very easily point in the people in the community and go, okay, they can close themselves off for 6 months to a year and be perfectly fine. Where they can just run their entire thing and not have a problem with that.
Yeah.
That's not us. We have a couple of months, maybe.
Yeah.
I would say. But if push came to shove, we know how to expand. And I think that's where that goal that everybody sees, that light at the end of the tunnel is being self-sufficient. You know how to do this stuff, and you want to keep expediting it, but it's hard. Yeah.
And it's hard with kids and daily jobs, and, if the world really shut down, you would have a lot more time.
Oh, fuck yeah, I would.
to figure this stuff out. I mean, not to say that it's better if the world just shut down, but I don't really know where I'm going with this.
Right.
But, yeah, it's like everyday life does get in the way, where it's like, I don't want to make the bread today.
Right.
But
Or you go spend $500 on seeds to plant in your side yard, and your neighbor comes along and sprays a bunch of shit on it.
Right.
You can't feed it to the animals anymore.
Right. Yeah, and it sometimes it just doesn't work out.
Exactly.
I don't think we spent $500, did we?
No, it might have been like $80, I think.
But yeah, I mean, life gets in the way and deters a lot of stuff, but you figured it out.
Right. Absolutely. And I mean, knock on wood, we have not lost a major animal yet.
Mm.
We've lost a few chickens here and there.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of that is either their own stupidity falling off the roost
Yeah,
at night.
I mean, yeah, it's been like, yeah, just general
or
chicken stuff.
Yeah, or heart attacks, or we've lost a lot of kits, and that gets fed to the chickens.
Yeah.
We no longer just throw it in the garbage and walk away. Those kits that don't make it go to the rabbits.
Yeah.
Because I would rather help feed those guys too, so it's less feed bill for them.
Yeah.
We're still bringing in a bunch of money for that.
But yeah, I mean, I think the thing is that if you're like, nobody can be just by themselves without anybody else
Right.
doing anything. And that if you're going to talk about all this stuff, kind of quiet down and just kind of do some of it.
Yeah.
You can make sure that you're doing it before you're telling everybody else how to do it.
Right. And realize that if those people are no longer watching you, that you're not going to have the income anymore. You have all these people that talk the talk and have the income from YouTube and shit like that, podcasts, where they may disappear.
Yeah.
Because you don't see the actionable. That's my my favorite saying from John Willis. Show me something actionable.
Yeah.
Or do something actionable.
You don't just tell me about it.
Right.
Do it.
Do it. Show me. And those are the people I want to see.
Yeah.
And those people in the community know who they are.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I think that's about it for that topic.
Yeah.
We do have a few smaller updates on the homestead. Our cranky doe is a little bit less cranky.
We were able to take them out and look at them.
Yep. I counted 7 total. So nice, beautiful, broken colors.
Mm-hmm.
One of them is kind of like an English spot with the buck's tan color to it instead of the black and white. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
And then they're all jumping around, fat, happy, warm. The girls got to see them, got to hold them.
Mm-hmm.
That's their favorite part.
Yes.
So next week or so, they should open their eyes and start venturing out. We'll see them a little bit more often.
Yeah.
And maybe Mom will calm down a little bit.
Yeah. And then we just need to do the update on the up underneath the cages.
Yeah. So we had a little bit of a mishap. Luna is a smaller rabbit who has smaller kits. And unfortunately, I didn't catch it until a couple of days ago that one of the original kits fell through the wire into the manure bins. And I need to redo the flooring in the cages so they're a little bit closer together. Right now they're like 1.5 by 2, and I need to have them down to like 1 inch by 2 or 1/2 by 2 or 1/2 by 1 or something like that. They have resting pads in there. They're pretty comfortable. They sit on that. They walk around a little bit. They've gotten pretty good. If they start running, their feet do kind of come through a little bit. So I need to update the cage bottoms. I'll figure out something. I got to see if I can find the Baby Saver hardware cloth to go on the bottom, or just do a sheet of 1/2 by 1/2 underneath, just enough to let the manure come through.
Yeah.
Might be a little bit more, because I've noticed that they eat the mats that are in there.
Yeah, the plastic.
Yeah, And I've only ever seen one do it, and that was Carrot Cake way back when.
Mm-hmm.
Because we had a bunch in there, and she'd always gnaw those things apart.
Yeah.
So I'd be interested to see if any of these guys do that. But it'd be a lot of money to put those things in there.
Yeah, and I mean, with the babies, they're not all going to sit on that little spot, so.
Right. So we'll have to redo it, check things out, and see how it works out with that.
Yep.
So I don't want to lose any more through. We already had one of Coco's, one of the heads got stuck. The kit was okay. I caught it early enough.
Mm-hmm.
But I was able to sneak the head out of the wire and get it in the nesting box. But yeah, definitely need to fix that so we don't have that happen anymore.
Yeah, it's always an adventure. I mean, you got such a good deal on the cages that it's hard to pass up, but you just kind of need to modify them.
Right, absolutely. You know, to hang up those 2 banks of cages, I paid $43 for 4 banks total.
Mm-hmm.
If we had put KW cages in there, it probably would have been every bit of $1,500.
Yeah.
Every bit of $1,500, I think. And that's a lot of money for cages.
Yeah.
So I'll have to update it and play with it and see if we can get something to work a little bit better. So, but what else we got?
That's it.
Got sap done. That was last week. I think that's pretty much about it. I think we're just getting ready to spring cleaning and getting ready for one foot in front of the other. Start seeds, get things moving, waking up, getting a little bit more busy.
Yep.
So, all right. We'll see you guys next time.
All right. See you on the homestead where something is always growing, eating, or cooking.